It's a Throwdown Thursday on Sports Card Investor, and today, Yordan Alvarez versus Gavin Lux. Whose cards would you rather have?
My name is Jeff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies, and at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me on my journey to profit from the hobby we all love.
Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another episode. And this is the debut of Throwdown Thursday, a new type of episode we are going to be doing every Thursday here on Sports Card Investor. We are going to be taking two players and putting them against each other to see whose cards make a better investment. And today we are starting with the two hottest rookie cards in Topps 2020 Series 1 baseball. Of course, we are talking about Yordan Alvarez and Gavin Lux. Whose cards would you rather own? Well, let's talk about both of these guys in a little bit more detail. First of all, Yordan Alvarez, 22 years old, a very interesting guy. He actually defected from Cuba in 2016, originally was signed by the Dodgers, and then quickly traded to the Astros. I wonder if the Dodgers missed this guy, because this guy is the real deal. He made his major league debut last year on June 9th of 2019. He's played several different positions, DH, first base. He's probably going to play some more outfield this year. He played left field, and he was absolutely on fire. His rookie debut was outstanding. He batted .313 batting average. He had 27 home runs in a shortened season for him, 75 RBIs in just 313 at-bats. He was and he did all this while being the 9th youngest ball player in the American League. So very young, a lot of baseball ahead of this guy. His .655 slugging percentage was actually the highest in history for a rookie, and naturally he was voted AL Rookie of the Year. And then he made noise in the playoffs because he hit a 2-run homer in Game 5 of the 2019 World Series. And one note as well, this is important when we're talking about Astros players and we're talking about the cards of Astros players. Alvarez was not around for the peak of the sign stealing scandal, so he is not going to get implicated in that. That may hurt some of the other Astros guys. It's not going to hurt Alvarez. Alvarez is one heck of a player, but so is Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux is also 22 years old, just like Alvarez, also a very young guy. He is the shortstop and second baseman for the LA Dodgers. He was selected in the 2016 draft by the Dodgers in the first round and made his major league debut in September of 2019, so right at the end of last season. This is incredible. While a senior in high school, he batted .560 while a senior in high school. He must have been the absolute man on campus batting .560. That's incredible. He was also the minor league player of the year for 2 seasons in a row. He was called up to AAA only last year, had an incredible run in AAA, and then got called up into the majors. Now, he got called up to the majors, as I mentioned, September 2nd. Didn't do a whole lot in the majors, was only there for 23 games. He did have 18 hits, batting .240, hit 2 home runs. He did actually hit also a home run in his first at-bat of the postseason. But he is... And by the way, as a result of that home run, he became the youngest player in the history of Major League Baseball to hit a pinch hit home run in the postseason, which is a pretty cool stat. So his stats last year, not quite as good as Yordan Alvarez, but certainly a lot of excitement and a lot of potential that this guy brings to the table heading into the 2020 season. So whose cards would you rather have? Well, let's go ahead and look at the recent prices. I'm going to look specifically at their 2020 Topps Series 1. I'm going to look at their gold cards. The gold cards, these are number 2 2020. So these are serial numbered cards, so they have a little bit more value. Yet, since there's 2020 of them, they're still accessible. You can still find them on eBay. You can still buy them. So they're good cards to look at what's going on with. And we're going to look at these cards in their raw condition, since very few of these cards have been graded. Let's take a look. Here we go. Let me bring up this graph full screen So the black line that you see at the top is Yordan Alvarez, and the purple line you see at the bottom is Gavin Lux. And what you see is that when these cards first debuted a couple of weeks ago, Yordan Alvarez's cards debuted at a much higher price point. His cards were averaging $115 on the day they debuted for his golds, while Gavin Lux's were averaging $80. And if you look the following day, we see right around the exact same pricing. But then over the course of the last 2 weeks, we have seen a slide in Yordan Alvarez's price. We have not seen a slide in Gavin Lux's price. So right now, if you look out to where we are currently, Yordan Alvarez's most recent sales have been in the neighborhood of about $63, where Gavin Lux's have been about $62. Again, this is for their gold raws from 2020 Series 1 tops. This is surprising to me. It is surprising to me that Yordan Alvarez, who played out of his mind last year, who looks like he could be all world, that his card prices have actually been coming down. Whereas Gavin Lux, the guy's got a lot of potential, but he hasn't proved it yet on the major league level. His card prices are now the same as Yordan Alvarez's. This is madness. It is clear to me that your best investment at this moment for the 2020 season is Yordan Alvarez. Yordan Alvarez is the first winner of our Throwdown Thursday on Sports Card Investors. Folks, what did you think of this episode? I would love to hear in the comments below. And what players do you think should be featured on the next Throwdown Thursday? We're going to be doing this every Thursday. Thanks for joining me for this debut of Throwdown Thursday. And by the way, if you have not entered my free contest to win this box of Prism, please watch 2 videos ago, how 80s and 90s cards, do they make great investments? Because I tell you how to win this box. And if you like this data and you like everything you saw on your screen in today's episode, consider joining my membership program or consider subscribing to my Market Movers data tool. You can get all of that information by going to my website, sportscardinvestor.com, and clicking on the membership link. I send out great information, reports, and analytics to members, and my Market Mover members have full access to the tool that I just showed you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back Saturday with a special edition episode of Sports Card Investor. Stay tuned.